You know what's funny about Christmas movies? Is every year we watch the same handful of films over and over again. I talk about them on this channel. Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, It's a Wonderful Life, Elf, Grinch, and maybe Die Hard if you're feeling spicy. But buried underneath those classics, there's a whole other layer of Christmas movies. The ones you saw once, maybe you never even heard of, maybe you caught on DVD, the ones that popped up on late night cable and then quietly vanished from your rotation. So today, I'm doing the flip side of my most overhyped and overrated Christmas movies list, and we are digging into 10 underrated Christmas movies that you forgot even existed. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. All right, so overlooked and sort of underseen Christmas movies. These are underrated. I enjoy all these, some more than others, but they all deserve a place on this list. Jumping right in at number 10 with a little Christmas horror, so to speak, with Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. This one kind of sneaks up on people, and I gotta admit, this one is not my favorite. It's a foreign Christmas horror film, and it's about the real Santa Claus, and he's not so friendly in this movie. It's set in Finland, and the movie imagines Santa Claus as like an ancient pagan creature buried beneath the ice, and when he wakes up, let's just say that Christmas gets a little bit weird and rare. It's creepy, clever, kind of darkly funny, and completely different from anything else on the list. It takes repeated viewing, so if you just saw it once or never heard of it, you're gonna have to dig in a little bit. If you've never seen it, check it out. This is the year for Rare Exports. Now, coming in at number 9 is one I saw at the theater a few years ago when it came out. It's been a while now, but it is Office Christmas Party. Look, this movie came and went so fast, a lot of people forget that it even exists. It's got a little cynical edge to it that kind of wraps around. It's every Christmas movie in the past 15 years does, but this one kind of wraps around with a little more heart and a great cast with Jason Bateman, TJ Miller. You got Jennifer Aniston in here playing the ultimate corporate buzzkill. The plot is pretty simple. They're trying to save a company by throwing the most unhinged office Christmas party imaginable. It's not high art, it's chaotic, it's dumb, but kind of weirdly comforting in some ways, and it has a good resolution to it, and it's got like that whole Christmas stress spiral thing going, and it's sort of like the perfect background movie to have on if you're having like a Christmas party or friends over and everything. Office Christmas Party, not the greatest, but a little bit underrated and underseen overall. Nobody talks about it very often. It checks in at number 9. Now, number 8 is one that I have seen people mention a few times in comments on videos this Christmas season. I was like, don't worry, this movie is coming. And it's coming right here at number 8, and it is Deck the Halls. So, this is back when Christmas movies could still just be loud and boisterous and over the top. Danny DeVito, Matthew Broderick in here, a suburban rivalry, excessive decorations, talking about seeing from space decorations, and very petty but funny behavior that's like cartoonish in its extremes. Critics absolutely hated the movie. Audiences, when it came out, it just kind of came and went. But it has kind of found a new life again on physical media and on like cable viewings and stuff like that. That's kind of old school the way it's sneaking in there and settling in. This is one of those movies that you've probably definitely seen or seen parts of, and probably you weren't looking for it when you did. But if you haven't thought about it in years, give it another chance. I just watched it again the other night myself while eating a bowl of chili in this cold Christmas season, and it was fun, especially right there at the end. Now, being a big 80s guy and retro this and vintage pop culture that, There is a movie out there that people keep saying, how come you haven't, I can't believe you haven't seen this movie. How have you not talked about this movie? Trust me, there's very few movies out there, especially those that relate to 80s nostalgia and stuff like that I haven't seen. I was just looking for the right place to put this movie on a list, and underseen and underappreciated and underrated is the perfect place for 8-bit Christmas. This one is a nostalgia bomb, and of course I like things like that. A kid in the 1980s becomes obsessed with getting a Nintendo, that NES system, for Christmas, and the entire movie is basically a love letter to 80s nostalgia and childhood obsession, disappointment, imagination, Christmas, all of that. It flew under the radar because it dropped basically straight out on streaming. Another downside of streaming, but it is secretly one of the most accurate Christmas like feeling movies as a kid in the 80s in recent years. If A Christmas Story raised you, 8-bit Christmas definitely gets you. It comes in on this list at number 7. Now at number 6 is a sequel that a lot of people forget exists because the original is just so dang good. That is Bad Santa Part 2. This sequel exists. It does, and a lot of people forget about it, but you got Billy Bob Thornton returning as Willie. He's older, he's angrier, and even more miserable than he was the first time, and somehow he's still wearing that Santa suit. Is it as sharp as the original? No, that is a high bar, but it leans harder into the bitterness, the broken families, the dysfunctional Christmas energy. We get to see where a lot of that evolved into Willie. This is for people who kind of like their Christmas movies a little mean, but still oddly human. Now, the original is far better. It is just an excellent movie. This one doesn't reach that, but it is a little bit underrated, and you get to revisit some fun characters. Check out Bad Santa Part 2. Now, the next one is one that is very 80s, and I love that because I remember when it came out and I saw it at the theater. It is Santa Claus, the movie. This feels like a movie that probably should be remembered and respected more than it is. I feel like it should be with that handful of movies that we rewatch every year. For some reason, it just isn't, and I don't know why. It had a big budget. Dudley Moore, John Lithgow going full corporate villain in this movie, and a very, very sincere attempt to build a Santa lore decades before it was cool to do so and all that kind of stuff. It's very earnest, sincere, goofy, and fun. It is very 1980s in the best way possible. And if you grew up watching this on VHS like I did, it's going to hit you in the warm memories and feels that you forgot you even had. Check out Santa Claus the movie. It's got a beautiful 4K out right now that I have ordered myself. And you want to try before you buy, you can check it out on streaming at Tubi. You got to check it out. Santa Claus the movie comes in at number 5. Now at number 4 on the list is the one that kind of is emotionally heavy and devastating, but a beautiful film, and that is Prancer. This one like destroys families, like people crying. It's emotional. Every December, a young girl believes she has found one of Santa's reindeer, Prancer, injured and hiding in the woods. It's quiet. It's gentle. It's so sincere. You got Sam Elliott in here who brings so much gravitas to everything. This is the kind of Christmas movie that played like while should be playing while snow's falling outside and everyone suddenly stopped talking and looking at their phones and streaming and all that and just watched it. And that's the feels that I get from Prancer. Underrated for sure. It comes in on this list at number 4. Now at number 3 is one of the more modern streaming made movies that I really love, and I love the portrayal of Santa Claus in this movie by Kurt Russell, one of my favorite all-time actors. I'm talking The Christmas Chronicles. Now, not the sequel, that one's not as good, but the original here is really, really a good movie, and Kurt Russell is awesome as Santa Claus, and it feels like this one should already be a classic. I mean, you even got Goldie Hawn making an appearance as Mrs. Claus. You've got their son is in the movie, but somehow this one isn't talked about that much. Kurt Russell's Santa is about as charismatic as you're ever going to see a Santa Claus portrayed. He's mischievous, he's fun, he's like a damn action hero, shockingly cool. He's got a musical number in this movie. He's the kind of Santa Claus that kids love and adults are not going to hate. They're going to dig him with his Ray-Bans on, hitting the music. It's fun. It's modern, but also traditional. It actually understands the energy that a Christmas movie needs, the emotion, the vibes, the feel, and the reverence that a Christmas movie needs. So it's not just sentimental. It has all the stuff that you want in there, and it's probably one of the best of the new generation of Christmas movies. It comes in at number 3. Now at number 2 is a very different kind of Christmas movie, and I think it's one of the 25 best Christmas movies ever made. As a matter of fact, you find a few of these movies on that list for me, but I'm talking about The Ref. This movie sort of walked back in the day so that other dark Christmas comedies could run. And Dennis Leary plays a criminal who ends up kidnapping or taking hostage a suburban family on Christmas. And boy, does he instantly regret his decision on that. It's sarcastic, it is brutal, it's raunchy, it captures all the stress and family bickering that can happen at Christmas time, and still somehow is a little bit cozy. If you have never seen it or you forgot how sharp this movie is, this is a must rewatch if you can find it. Check out The Ref. All right, now next is my number 1, and then I'm going to have one that's goated above number 1. So there's actually something I believe is above number 1 that I think should be a modern Christmas classic as well. But my number 1 is The Family Man. This one sneaks up on people. It's like part It's a Wonderful Life, part A Christmas Carol put together, and one of Nicolas Cage's most underrated performances of all time. He's a high power executive who wakes up on Christmas morning in an alternate life. Married, kids, suburban routine, all of that. It's the life he didn't choose. He gets a glimpse. He had a fork in the road in his life. He took one way. This gives him a shot. A guardian angel gives him a shot to look at the other road, the road not taken. It's loud, but soft and sincere. It's not flashy, but it's also kind of slick, but at the same time heartwarming and nostalgic. It hits harder the older that you get. This is one of those Christmas movies that kind of quietly grows in more and more power every year, and way too many people forget this movie exists. This is a fantastic film with great performances, deserving of a yearly watch by everyone. Very underrated. It comes in at number 1, but it is not the GOAT of underrated Christmas movies. That belongs to, you're not going to believe this, but I promise you that Daddy's Home 2 should be a Christmas classic for everyone. Now, I've seen a lot of people that do not like the original film that stars Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. The sequel, it shouldn't even be called Daddy's Home 2. They're just reusing the characters. It is nothing like the original film. And it also introduces the whole angle of multi-generational clashing that we have going on now between boomers and Gen Z and Gen X and millennials and all this under one roof. It deals with all that because it still has Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, but it brings in, as their fathers, John Lithgow and Mel Gibson, who steals the show. They steal the show in this movie. And then it brings in the sort of blended family dynamic with John Cena coming in here in this thing. This movie is hilarious. It is so relatable in so many ways. It has all the traditional nostalgia that's brought to you by Mel Gibson's character. It has sort of like the modern soft edge that's brought to you by Will Ferrell and John Lithgow. It's just a perfect mix. This movie is so good, so comforting. It ends with a great message, a great scene. I cannot recommend this movie enough. If you didn't like the original, forget it. It has nothing to do with that movie. This movie stands on its own as the GOAT of modern Christmas movies, and it is very underrated. And that's what I have for you. 10 underrated and sort of forgotten Christmas movies that are kind of hidden underneath a lot of the others that we watch again and again. And let me know if any of these unlocked a forgotten memory for you or sparked you wanting to see a movie. Let me know. If you enjoyed this, please hit like and subscribe, y'all. That always helps out the channel much more than you know. And if you enjoy what we do here, recommendations lists, deep dive video essays, looking at films, pop culture, nostalgia, video essays, all that kind of stuff. It is all right here, and you can join my Patreon if you want even more. That helps out the channel. The link is below. You'll get extra videos. Of course, you'll get your name in lights, but you'll get to see me break down and review 4K physical media releases, all kinds of extra stuff like that, and everything helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. We're coming close to the end of the Christmas season content here, and I have enjoyed it so much, and I appreciate you being along for the ride. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and look forward to a lot of big things in the new year. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.